played, which will be interesting.
Interesting.
Close these blinds a little bit.
But I just won't mention them then, because I have a bunch of stuff that I know that you guys aren't playing.
Oh my god.
What?
Hello.
Sorry, I just saw a random, like, while I'm perusing for things to talk about on the pre-show, I just saw a random GIF of two people arm wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have their phones on with the cameras open,
Mm-hmm.
and on either side is like the placemats where you win, kind of. It's a QR code to send the other person money.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
So, like, as if you lose, it catches the screenshot and then just sends the person money.
That's great. Hey there, Risen Sparrow. Yeah, I've seen that before. That's real great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
This pre-show is weird, dude. Is this going to be legitimately another one of those ones where you just write "I don't know" in the description?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're getting pretty close to just "I don't know" status. Risen Sparrow says, "How are you doing?" I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, man, my body is here. My spirit is still back in bed, and it's 3 p.m.
My mind is currently cottage cheese, if that helps.
Yeah.
Sounds like it just started raining here, too. And yeah, I got like... Oh, I forgot to tell you, too, and I don't care if this goes out on the recording or not, but the job that I had put in for...
Yeah.
They gave me an offer last week.
It's
so
nice.
I put in my 2 weeks, and this is my last week here at my current position, which sucks because it's a holiday week. There's no one that's going to be there, and they've had me on a side project for 3 weeks. I have to stay motivated, but I don't want to be motivated.
Right. Oh, man. Well, congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, the good news is you've got your regular chick and your side chick now, so you've just got to get rid of the side chick and go back to your new regular chick.
That's what I tell my wife.
Waiting for her to like jump in out of frame and just drop kick you.
She hears the dumb crap that I say all the time too. Her and I have a weird sense of humor. Mine's a lot darker and weirder than hers.
I was gonna say, as long as they're compatible, that's like the most important thing.
There have been several times in public where I've gotten her to say my name out of embarrassment and try to walk away, and then I'm that guy who's making all the noise and is like right up on her, just not giving her a name.
Oh man.
One of my favorite examples of that forever will be the Giant Bomb streaming from home thing that they did, and Alex was talking about Animal Crossing. And he specifically was talking about how like his island is actually his partner's, and how she operates on a different way to he does. And he was actually giving compliments, and she literally kicks down the door and is like, "I hear what you're saying about me. I hear you talking crap about me." And he's like, "I'm literally saying good things.
I was being so nice."
Man.
All right, you guys ready to start this thing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess. Kind of. Maybe. Who knows anymore? What is life? What is life? Baby, don't hurt me.
DMCA. Cop, they're busting down your door. I heard you singing. That's illegal. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpear.
Hello.
And the Nymph.
Hello.
Patreon.com/E1M1.
Don't know this.
We have all the exclusive and early access audio over there. If you want early access, 2-week early access to We Roguelike It, the show where Moon and I play every roguelike in history. We're just wrapping up another season right now, season 40. It technically is. Which is
Wait, is it
stupid and wild? Yeah, we just did ranking 40. So
oh no.
Yeah, it's at that. It's still trucking. It's going. And you get 2-month early access to Critical Misses, the show where Moon and I catch up on all the media hits we've missed. We are into a pretty fun season right now, season 11, that we're working on. You should go check that out. And you get the exclusive access to the Outcast, which is our uncensored, unedited pre-show business that I think went so off the rails this week that I don't think we never saw rails at any point.
It's almost 40 minutes long, and none of us know what we talked about.
Yeah, it is. It's wild.
It's the Gromit gif of him putting down the train tracks in front of the train as he's going.
100%. Yeah,
and then Moon and I figuring out that this train drives on dirt just fine.
Yeah, it's quite a wild ride. It turned out great, but it is very stream of consciousness. So go check that out. Patreon.com/E1M1.
The ones and numbers.
Moon, what have you been playing this past week?
Okay, so firstly, I'm playing Why Isn't My Pen Working on my tablet, but that's fine. I did a little bit of which we don't talk about anymore.
It rhymes with Mestiny Moo.
Yes.
Yep.
But I've realized we haven't talked about it in like 2 weeks, which means you didn't get to drop your big news.
Oh, I got a Vex Mythoclast from the class. On my lucky run number 38. Woof.
What is it? 0.0002% chance of dropping or something like that?
I don't know. The community, someone in the community at one point said, I have done complicated math, of which I have redacted all of the math. It's a 5% drop rate. And everyone's like, cool, great, it's 5%. It's like, you need to show your work. Like, you can't literally redact the math part and say, it's 5%. So
it's the internet, Boston. You can do whatever you want.
I know.
Yeah, it's those memes of kids' tests that you see the photographs of, and it's like, give me an example of something scary. No.
Right. No, I'm good. Thank you.
That gets across, not a tick.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Care to elaborate? No. Yeah.
But no, you finally got it.
I did.
Are you still struggling with it like you were while we were trying to do the thing?
A little bit. The gun, thankfully, rips. It is brutally powerful, especially in this season. But it reloads a little bit weird because of how the gun is, because it switches between firing modes. And it takes just a little bit of practice to kind of get used to it, because it doesn't reload sort of the same way that a lot of other stuff does. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a great gun. I wish it was easier for people to get as they're running through that raid. Because I'm not a big proponent of raid weapons just being handed to you. You're like, you finished the first time. Good job. But I am a fan of bad luck protection increasing your chances. Like, I'm okay with it being 5% drop rate the first time you run it, and increasing by X% every time you run it. You know, as an example, 5%. So next time you run it, it's 10% chance. Next time you run it, 15%
so they've got
chance.
the pity.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of that. I don't know if this one has it in or not. The one from the last raid did. And I got that within 20 runs. But
it probably does, but the amount it increases your percentage is 0.01, so that's
sure,
why.
Yes. So it's like, oh yeah, we increase it, wink. So yeah, it's I feel for people that are doing like 50 and 60 runs and still don't have it. I think that really sucks. I don't think there should be an instance where that happens. But you know, I'm not a game designer, so I'm not entirely sure why the system is how it is. But for those people, I really feel. We have 2 people in our group, the semi-serious raid group, that still need it, so we're still going through it. And we haven't done the harder difficulty of it yet.
2 people? Only 2 people? Are you sure it's only 2 people?
I mean, the super sub still needs it as well.
Thank you. So how many people in the raid group need it?
2 people.
Ouch!
That's right. See, let's explain to you the difference between full-time employment and part-time employment.
Oh, I see.
Mythoclast benefits.
I don't get the benefits. I see how it is.
That's
you
right.
get the benefits of being a part of the team.
That's right.
Okay, so And my question is if I suddenly were to operate on a full-time schedule for, I don't know, a month and a half for some unbeknownst reason, would I then be eligible for full-time benefits?
Probably. I feel like we would have to renegotiate your contract, but I'm open to having those conversations. Sure.
But don't you dare go over 35 hours.
That's right. I clock you out so fast. Yeah.
Okay. I only ask because I am actually doing full-time schedule soon. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. You don't know why you're saying. Oh, there you go. You're the one who needs me, smarty pants.
I do need you in my life.
Yes.
Brain Eater in chat says then you can start getting PTO, Moon. That's right.
What?
That's right. Our benefits package is great. When we go IPO finally in like any week now, oof, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I wish I got PTO so much.
I was gonna say, for as long as this joke has gone on, I feel like all three of us have gone through that same type of BS.
Oh, when we get that Series E funding, woof, your paychecks are gonna come right back in. Brainer says full dental? No. Goodness, it's America. Come on. Dental.
The funny thing is, at one point I worked in retail in England, and I legitimately worked 65 to 70-hour weeks and didn't get paid time off. It was so stupid.
So good.
Because it was like a 6-month rolling contract, and it's like, I hate you so much.
Yeah.
Like, go away. But anyway, yes, I will be coming on full time. I'm assuming that's this week. We should probably do this off the air, but I don't care.
Who knows? I don't know. It's a little bit in the air. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when the bomb is ready to be dropped, you just let me know, and I'll. Ideally before Thursday, before Friday at 9 p.m. if you don't mind.
I'll see what I can do.
In jokes that only we get, just the perfect mix for podcasting.
Yep.
So I did play a little bit of that. I'm gonna slight detour off here. Actually, no. I played Lake a lot this week and last week.
That's right.
So for those of you who are curious, Lake is our November game club game. So you should.
The episode is out now.
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
The episode's out now, and that is our last game club game for the year.
Yep.
We do have a special recording in December, as we have the previous couple of years, which is our game club game of the year.
Yeah, you can say it's the TVGP's Game Club of the Year, which Moon thankfully came up with that incredible title that somehow we had not thought of for the last couple of years. But we have that slated for, scheduled for like December 20th or something like that. So that'll be our December episode, like usual, where we thought it was going to be about a 13-minute episode and then hit a couple of games, and whoops, it's 45 minutes.
So the usual for us, basically.
Yeah, the old TVGP special.
And also, I can tell you exactly why we didn't come up with that name sooner. Because it's the end of the year and we're all exhausted constantly.
That's right. We're just cowering in the specter of top 10.
Which is always fun. I swear, it's always fun. There's never any stress revolving around Game of the Year at all.
We're all having fun here.
Mobile games.
Oh, okay.
Because why not? I installed a whole bunch of Boston. Say the word. I don't know.
Nonograms.
Thank you.
Picross
Those
games. Yep.
Because why not? I need something to do on my phone, and it's not battery intensive, so that's fine. That works out nicely for me. And before anybody asks me, before anybody bugs me, no, I will not be going back to Star Wars Galaxy of the Heroes. No, I will not be going to Marvel Strike Force. I have a phone that can handle them now, but that does not mean I will be handling them now.
Also, you're talking about non-phone intensive games, so not games that, make your phone noticeably warmer.
Or, notify you every 10 minutes when there's a new daily bounty or whatever to do kind of thing.
Your energy is refilled, Captain. It's like, stop. I turned you off.
Yeah. But I don't know if you know this, but I have a new boss fight available now, which is ironic because I actually do in one of the nonogram games that I'm playing.
Oh, my. Okay.
Because it's, of course, the stupid Konami one that I only played a little bit of.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because, it's one of those games. Oh, no. The only problem I've got is it's very hard to play that in bed.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to start thinking while I'm in bed.
Yeah, it's a little anesthetic to what you're trying to do for sleepy times.
Yeah, so I'm struggling with that one. However, I did install a different game, which I will not talk about until next week, because that's going to be a bomb that I'm going to drop on you guys from space, and you're going to adore it.
I love it.
In the meantime, I did play a little game called Cats and Soup.
Okay.
So, Boston, why would I install a game called Cats and Soup?
That's a really great question. I'm gonna try and pull up a trailer here so we can.
Is it a cat chef game?
It's right in the title. It's got cats in it. And
Yeah,
it's
well,
got soup in it, which makes me think of Monster Hunter. So, of course, I'm going to install Cats and Soup.
Right.
Cats and Soup is a clicker, essentially.
Ah, gotcha.
It's an idle game / clicker that's done in this really cool watercolor art style, and it's just like cats in a forest.
Looks really good.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
And basically, the cats make soup. The soup goes to the bottom of the screen. You sell the soup by clicking it at the bottom of the screen. Then when you've made a little bit more money, you get like a carrot station. And then you hire a different cat to work at the carrot station.
Man.
It cuts the carrots go in the soup, and then you make carrot soup.
Your soup's more valuable now.
And then you get a cabbage station, and you get, a fairy pot station. And the art style on this game is just beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really nice. It's
collecting cats.
Yeah, it's nice to see that it's kind of your typical idle game stuff, but when you present it in such a fun way, I kind of dig that.
It's really, really cute. And it's got really chill background music, and the cats make the cutest noises, and there's a million different breeds, and they have the cat you get has a different specialty, which I still haven't figured out how to move cats to stations to maximize my optimization at this moment in time. I'm sure that's
I searched the Apple App Store for cats, and the first thing it came up with was Cats and Soup. Cats ampersand soup.
I checked in Android, and the first thing that came up was Super Cats.
Okay.
Soup with an ER at the end of it.
Oh, now we got a rivalry going on.
Cats and Soup.
I see.
Okay.
I got this downloaded so I can show it to my daughter.
Yeah, I'm downloading it right now too.
The art style is so cute. It has all of that micromanaging stuff and microtransactions in there too. It's got daily rewards, different breeds of cats, different outfits for the cats. I have a cat that wears a panda hat.
Great.
You can put him in a hot spa.
Yeah, because when the cats are working, they're using up energy. So to get energy back, you have special relaxation stations. One of them's a little tree with a radio on it. One's a little trampoline, and the cat will run over and just start bouncing on its back on this trampoline.
Brain Eater in chat seems to have encapsulated my thoughts on this, saying, "Oh no, this looks fun." Yep.
That map gets crazy.
It gets big.
Oh wow, yeah. There's a dozen little stations there on that screenshot. Yeah.
So yeah, Cats and Soup. It's
oh no, that looks fun.
Ridiculously cute. Yeah. I literally clicked the button because it had cats in the name. I was sure.
It's an idle clicker with cats. I'll give it a try.
So I get notifications saying your cats are missing you, and it's I know Louise misses me, but I'm in work right now. Wrong cats. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Boy.
But yeah, it does the whole thing as well of when you're away, they gather stuff when you're away, and when you come back, you can watch an ad to double that reward.
Sure.
There's a treasure chest for the day. You can watch an ad to open the treasure chest 3 times each day.
Right.
And then I just installed a slot station, which gives you a skip ad ticket.
Okay.
So you can just straight skip ads. It's got an achievement system, reward system, daily mission system, a bounty board mission system.
Right.
It's a little little bit crazy.
It sounds pretty good, though. I'll give it a shot this week. Cats and soup.
And the music hasn't annoyed me at all so far.
Nice. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, and it has, when you install the palm tree, it's got the radio on the palm tree. You can change what background music plays as well.
I like that. Nice.
That's really cool. And it's got collectible sets as well. So like you get 2 different cats from this one set and it'll give you a reward. You get this outfit and it gives you a reward. And
oh no, that's my weakness.
I'm telling you, dude, the cat wearing the straw hat working on the carrots is great, but the cat working on the cabbage with the panda hat is hilarious. Like
that's the good stuff.
It's a little touch, but when you click on the cats, like your cat inventory, which is not a sentence I ever thought I would say, when you click on it, like it comes up with like this little watercolor art piece of this cat just sitting there. And if you can obviously change like the clothes it's wearing, the gear it's got, like the attachment it's using. Hopefully you can move them from station to station, which I want to be able to do at some point.
Put a laser sight on them.
Be unlocked. Yeah, that's going to be later. But on the actual picture of the cat itself, it's a huge picture. Like it's a big, massive like thing with a tiny little cat at the bottom. But then wherever you touch inside that picture, the cat looks. So you can make the cat look around and shake its head and do cute little things.
That's great.
This game's really good, and I hate it for it because I've avoided clickers and idle games for about 7 years now, it feels like.
Yeah. Everyone gets bitten by one, though. I haven't found a good one in a couple of years, and this one looks something like it might be pretty good.
Yeah, and the art style is just so pretty. Like,
yeah. Excuse me.
It's very clearly not a, look, this is a loaf of bread with 4 pixels kind of thing. It's like, no, someone actually put a bunch of effort into drawing these cats, which is great. So yeah, Cats and Soup, Monogram Games, Turn 2, Lake. Play a little bit more Forza.
Oh, any of the Nonogram games that you're really clicking with so far, or you're just kind of still trying a bunch out?
Well, I jumped back into Konami Pixel Puzzle because I only put probably about 4 hours into that originally. I also have installed the other ones you recommended, which is Pitch Across and Fall Across, but I haven't started them yet, really. Sure. I did start Paint It Black and then was immediately put off by that game, which
oh my god, so okay.
Talked about on text.
Yeah, let me there's this really great nonogram Picross game called Paint It Back, and it's essentially, the story of it is you're going through a museum and you're restoring all of the paintings in the museum by solving nonogram puzzles. And when it launched, it was like $3 or $4. It has an incredible tutorial. It wasn't super long, and it was a really great starter nonogram game because it never got impossibly difficult, but the difficulty ramp was really nice. And then Moon lets me know it's now part of a subscription service where you get that and like 20 other probably crappy games for $5 a month. That's a great deal. And it's like, no, that's not. And they haven't done anything to the game, it would appear, to like add a bunch more puzzles or add more DLC or stuff like that. It's just kind of the same game, just locked behind a terrible service. So thanks, I guess.
Yep. So I'm
frustrating.
Probably going to push that as far as I can without paying for anything.
Yeah.
So I'll probably do like the tutorial, and it'll be like, sign up now. And, great.
Sign up to delete it. Hey-o. Yeah.
But I haven't really put that much time into all of them. Obviously, Konami Pixel Puzzle is kind of a standout. Because, it's Konami, and it has a bunch of things in it that I recognize. Kind of. A whole bunch of stuff I don't recognize, too, because it's Konami.
Yeah.
But they have the whole time boss things. That's what I was talking about when I said the boss battle is ready for me.
I forgot about those.
You have to do one every 3 hours or whatever. But so far they're fine. I know you mentioned a bunch of stuff is available on Switch, so I'll probably be recommending that to other people I know, see how that goes.
Like the Picross S series on Switch is especially good, and there's one that's called one I really liked. It's really clever. It's an open world adventure Picross game. I think it's called, I talked about it on the show before, I think it's called Pixel Puzzle Quest or something like that. It's essentially like a bunch of stuff got removed from the world, and your job is to go make that thing in the world out of the nonogram puzzles. So like you can't get to this other area until you do like 3 or 4 puzzles to build this bridge. And then once you build that bridge, you can get to the other area to like restore a mailbox and a pond and a log and stuff like that.
So good news, bad news.
Yes.
The bad news is Pixel Puzzle Quest are 3 words that exist way too frequently in video games.
I just looked it up. It's Piczle Cross Adventure. Piczle. Piczle. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
It's the story they have is not great, but the puzzles are actually really good, and it has that kind of cool idea of like rebuilding stuff to kind of get to other areas to continue the story and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Marvel Puzzle Quest is balked on the Pixel 6, so yay! I don't have to play that game ever.
You're free. Yay!
Yes. But no, like, so nonogram games, I'm sure I will slowly but surely chip away.
You'll puzzle them out. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna leave. It's nice knowing you guys.
It's mostly because the first one I ever remember playing, it was literally you were chiseling away at pieces of a rock to get the image to appear, which I think was a DS one, maybe.
Yeah, on Switch they have the Mario's Picross from Super NES, Game Boy. Something like that. They have that as part of the like Switch Online stuff too.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh yeah, Forza Horizon 5. I didn't play a lot of this week, but it's time once again for me to unveil a new section that will undoubtedly last a grand total of 2 weeks. Which is Moonpier's Pun of the Week section.
Okay,
sponsored by Forza Horizon 5, which is, let's see what random crap references that the game is making that makes me giggle for once. Starring in this week's episode, we have one I specifically sent to Boston because it was too good to not share with somebody. And that is, it's related to drifting, and it is drift it, flick it, spin it, is the reference. Now, for those of you who don't get that, you're way too young, and 2, I'm way too old.
Right.
Because for those of you who get that reference, it's incredible. Brain Eater in chat immediately drops the reference correctly.
Yep. Pop it.
I actually played one of those yesterday.
Hey, nice.
But no, it's Forza Horizon. It continues to be driving around Mexico. As I said, I didn't get to spend as much time on this as I would like to this week.
I would like to reference our last episode where I said, I'm probably not going to be playing a whole bunch of this. I expect to dip in and out of this over the next couple months. And then I spent the entire week just playing this. I think I finally understand the Horizon, what do they call it? The Horizon Festival, where like every week they have like the daily and weekly and monthly challenges for every different season, and they have like the 2 car rewards. I think I finally got that, and I kind of dove deep into that this week just to kind of try all the multiplayer modes and stuff. Like, I did my first Battle Royale mode. I ended up in 25th place for my first one, which I'm pretty happy with. I did a bunch of the different online ones. I really wish, when you go do the, I don't know what they call it, where you do the different multiplayer modes and there's like 5 of them in a row. You like queue
it's
up
named after the studio, dude. It's Playground Games.
Yeah, it's like the Playground Games thing. I really wish that moved way faster, because the number of people that leave between round 1 and 2 of 5 rounds is real big, because you're sitting there for like 30 seconds with nothing happening on the screen, and a lot of people seem like they're leaving because it's just like I guess the game froze or whatever. So like you have a full team on both sides by the time you start, Round 2, it's like you and maybe one other person and just a bunch of drivatars after that. And it's like, okay, that's kind of a bummer. Most of those modes are pretty fine. They're okay. The one from this week was bad because it's in the rain and there was a rear wheel drive car that just could not stop spinning no matter what. So it made, especially the capture the flag one, not great. But I think that's sort of the fun of it.
I did see somebody complaining that the Dodge Viper was a barn find this year, and I was like, dude, the Dodge Viper was the new hotness in like Gran Turismo 2.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, their barn finds are whatever. Like, that's not the drive for this game.
Heck, I bought one of them just to see if it still handles like how I remember them always handling, and they do. So
yeah, my kid and I did have a real fun time this week. Sort of, she's cheering me on as I'm getting the last 20 or so of the boards in the game. Man, those last couple handfuls are in real jerk places.
So, yeah. When do you get the drone? Because I'm pretty sure there's one on there that I need the drone for.
You don't get the drone.
Okay, good to know. Because
are you thinking of the one in the like electrical tower? Yeah, have fun with that one. Don't be like me and forget there's a rewind function. If you miss it by just a little bit, just rewind and just yeet yourself off.
I'm used to that crap.
Yeah,
I just need to figure out where I need to know where the yeet point is to actually be able to get it.
Yeah, a lot of those for me was like, okay, it's on top of a building. There doesn't seem to be any ramp-like structure around here. Let me just try and circle around. A lot of it is like, all right, that's the closest I'm going to get to a hill. Let me just hit it at like 200 miles an hour and see where it goes. And it's like, oh, all right, it's that one. Now I have to find like the perfect speed and angle to just like plop right down on it. One of the harder ones was definitely the one that's in that electrical tower thing. And
so,
go ahead.
My biggest concern was in Forza Horizon 4, they had danger signs that would only appear during certain seasons.
Correct. Nothing in this one.
At least 2 of them were related to boards that you could only get during certain seasons with that specific danger sign. There's
only one in the middle of the dam. There's that old, like, ruined building in the middle of the dam. That one
need, dry season.
Yeah, you can do it in the dry season to make it easier, or you can do it whenever you want by, like, finding a surprisingly far away ramp and getting one of the fastest cars you can get and super launching yourself across the dam. But yeah, most of them weren't too bad. I did have to look up where one of them was because it was on top of a building. I couldn't see that it was on top of that building.
That's the hotel resorts down by the beach.
Yep. Yeah, there's one that was on,
I drove around there for a little bit, and I'm like, it has to be up top because I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, because like the one that is on like one of the balconies, that one was pretty easy to see. But there's one right on top of the building. I was like, okay, I don't think I would have seen that one otherwise. But we had a whole lot of fun. Just like, all right, if I hit it at this speed and this angle. Oh, I got real close. All right, let me slow down a little bit and try and hit that angle. No, I undershot it. All right, let me try this other angle. And it's this real fun little puzzle of let me try and get the right thing. And whenever I would finally land on it, my kid would let out a huge cheer and scare the cat. It was really great. it was super good. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of it because it's one of those things where
Can't help but adore games as a service.
No, it's not even so much that, because I haven't been playing every one of those, because some of them just aren't that fun. Some of like the championships where it's like, all right, you got a real crap heap of a car, let's win this championship. And it's like, it's not, even with upgrades, like it's not that fun. I do like doing the the speed zones, the in like a specific car
for the seasons.
Yeah, I especially really like doing the danger sign with like some heap of a car, where it's like you gotta figure out exactly how far back you can go in this specific car to get that done. But also, like, there's just 50 million races in this game, and there's 20 different storylines that have 10 chapters apiece that are all fun. Like, everything I've been doing in the game, except for the drift zones, of course, are all really fun, and I'm having a lot of fun going through these like 50 bajillion things this game has. And for some reason that stuff didn't really appeal to me in 4, because I think one of my biggest complaints in 4 was just like, yeah, there's just too many icons, man. Like, I'm not feeling this. But for some reason, it's really grabbed me in 5.
Have you been given every race event has a championship yet?
No, because I don't think I've finished every event in every category yet.
Okay, but I'm telling you, if that happens, I might be done.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could do that again. That was 3, right?
3 and 4, where like, oh, you did the race on this track. Now start a championship on this track, which takes you to 3 other tracks.
Yeah,
to do a championship.
I think
both of those other tracks have their own championships.
Yeah, like everyone has a 3. Yeah, I think the way that they get away from doing that in this one is the accolade system. Because like when you look at a specific race on the map, it will say your primary objective is winning a race in that one, so getting first place, and then it'll have like a recommended accolade under that, where it's like, all right, do this race using a C-class Toyota, and you'll get 250 stars for it. And you can hit the hamburger button there, and it'll give you like the list of those accomplishments for that specific track. So I think they sort of get away from that amount of content by doing the accolade stuff, which I like a whole lot. I think the accolade system is by not going out. I've only gone out of the way to do one accolade, and without going out of my way, I already have like 400,000 accolade points just by
playing the game. You kind of have to tell us what was the one you went out of the way for, by the way.
So I wanted to get the achievement for getting all of the cars for a manufacturer that had more than 25 cars. So I went for Chevy, because they had like 26, and a lot of those are like, yeah, buy it from the
Auto Show.
Auto Show, thank you. Buy it from the Auto Show. They're like 28,000 credits. I was like, all right, let's scoop them all up.
Yeah, because Chevys are cheap and terrible. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. To be clear, haven't been racing in the Chevys, that's for sure. I had to buy 2 of them from the auction house. One was fairly cheap. One was from Wheel Spins, and I spent like 2 million credits on that, which wasn't that bad. And then the very last one was for getting the Millionaire accolade, which is get a skill chain that's over 1 million points. My skill chain ended up being 1.3 something million.
And a quick question on your friends list: who was the person directly above you in that list when you finally got that 1.8? Was it me?
I'm not sure. I wasn't looking.
Pay attention to the
I wasn't looking because I was just like, oh, thank God I did it. Oh God, okay, oof, yeah. A lot of Smackdus awards for that one. Yeah, that was actually fun. I was worried about that one because I'm never really going for skill chains, and I was like, boy, 1 million sounds like a lot of skill points. That doesn't, but I managed to get like I was racing in a buggy for some either like story event or some race I was doing, and I got out into the desert area where there's
the little bumpy desert where you can't help but get something happening at every single second.
Yeah, and I found a really great area that had a ton of cacti in it, but didn't have those giant rock formations that look exactly like the sand. And I just kind of tooled around there for like 15 minutes building up a combo. And it was fun. I didn't think I was going to be able to get that, and I just sort of did it by accident, where it's like, okay, I think if I keep chaining this stuff together, I think I can do it, and I got it done. It was fun.
Yeah. A pro tip on that one, if anybody else is trying to do that, get yourself the classical music station on and wait for a skill song.
Yep.
Because they're like 13 minutes long.
And I found out that if you have a skill chain going when a skill song ends, because I was listening to, I think it was Hospital Radio, it was like, there's a skill song, and I was like, oh, exciting. 1:45, and it's like, that's not gonna work. I only have like 20,000 score. It doesn't go away. Yeah, it doesn't go away until your chain ends, which was nice.
You bank it, pop it, shove it, twist it.
That's right. Pop it. Yeah, Forza Horizon 5 is really great. Like I feel like 4 didn't grab me the same way that 3 and 5 have. 4 was also really good, but 5, I'm sort of looking forward to whatever's going to come up next week and see all the fun.
I know why
stuff.
5 didn't grab you. 5 didn't grab you because it was set in England and you're fed up with dealing with an English person on a weekly basis. I see how it is.
That's right. That's right. It's too close to home. Yeah. Yeah. Forza Horizon 5 is great. I really like the patch they put out this week to fix the network connectivity issues seems to have largely worked for me. I can see
you
people
in the Horizon promo store yet?
I did. They unlocked it this week, which there's some stuff in there. It's like a horn, a shirt, 2 cars, and like you can buy wheel spins and super wheel spins. So it's fine.
I'm not gonna lie. I will keep playing this game until I get the E1M1 horn. I don't care.
I just got mine in a super wheel spin. I got E1M1. I got the high variant.
So low is the better one.
I think the low is the better one, but hopefully that'll show up in the store. I am seeing people in Forza Arcade again, which is great.
Good.
I still don't have enough people to get through I've only done 1 round 3, and that was before the game launched, so it like really didn't count for anything. So hopefully more people will be hopping into those.
Fingers crossed. Well, I already put out the call, but I'll put it out again. I need your help, people, for those arcades. So
yeah, I'll join you. I'll join you for that, because that sounds like it'll be a fun, like probably like 2 hours or so, just kind of tooling around and jumping cars.
It's 10 minutes each arcade event maximum. It's 10 minutes timer to do all 3 stages. Like if I can solo 1.5 stages by myself, then you get 3-4 people all together, just like picking the right cars, doing the right things, and then Justin's off driving into a tree in the corner, then we should be able to do it.
Yeah, I've found as long as you have like 3 or 4 people there doing the objective, you usually finish it pretty easily. Yeah,
should be fun. I like Forza Horizon 5.
I like it a lot. It's great.
It's real good.
Yep.
My final game this week, unless Nimp, do you have any Forza Horizon 5 bombshells to drop on us?
No, I got some more roads, and that was it. I barely touched it this week.
My final game is the Halo multiplayer beta, which dropped on Monday as part of the 20th anniversary for Xbox.
Yep.
You
got 2 of my 3 games this week.
I knew I would, because I remember seeing you talk about a Halo multiplayer beta.
Yep.
I actually wanted to play it to jump on your section, but I don't have enough games, so now you're going to have to deal with it. So, Halo has changed since the last time I played multiplayer.
Okay, what's the last one you checked out? 3?
2.
Oh, okay.
On the OG Xbox with OG Xbox Live.
Yep.
Things are a little different now. Yeah.
Things have changed a lot. I may have played a little bit of 3 because I think 3 was the introduction of BTB, which I adore.
Okay.
But yeah, so number 1, set up your controls first before you go in.
Do you keep accidentally pulling left trigger for grenades and zooming in instead?
Oh no,
because that has screwed me up a couple.
I mean,
of times.
if this game had aim down sights, it would be great, but it does not.
It does, dude.
Okay, sure.
It has zoom.
Yeah, zoom and aim down sights is not the same thing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, when you get the BR, it aims down sights.
That's fine. Yeah, zooming down a scope is different as well, but I have a problem where you can't ADS down like the default like rifle that you get. Like it's frustrating. It's Halo. I don't really care. I don't want to fight about it. there's other problems with Halo Infinite that I'm surprised that I don't have the same problems with Halo Infinite that seemingly everybody else does, which is interesting.
Okay. You drop your bombs. Let me hear the bombs.
I'm going to take a hot take here that nobody else seems to agree with me on. I like that you can't pick your game type. I like that it is just a random grab bag, and people are like, I just want to play. What's it called? Slayer? Is that their team deathmatch?
Yeah, Slayer is. I
just want to play Slayer over and over again. Yeah, that's why you can't just pick Slayer.
I think Slayer. That's. Oh crap! It's been so long. I can't remember if that's just the mode or if that's free for all.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Team Slayer, and then Slayer is by itself is free for all, but Team Slayer is still TDM.
Yeah, a lot of people boohoo and saying, like, I just wish I could pick, like, Team Slayer or just regular Slayer. It's like, yes, that's why they have a playlist where you're going to be playing Capture the Flag, which is really good in Halo, and Oddball, which is a really fun mode. Carry the Skull.
I'm waiting for a certain somebody to jump in chat here who is in the chat or was in the chat, because this is an exact argument I heard from him, which is hilarious.
I get it, but I think multiplayer games are really boring when 99% of people are just playing free-for-all and they're not playing any of these other cool modes that first-person shooters go in, and then they're like, well, I'm not going to play that because nobody plays it. And it's like, yeah, nobody's playing Oddball because you're all picking Team Slayer. Oddball is a lot of fun. Carry the Skull. Don't leave it on the ground.
Mobile King of the Hill.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. That's my hot take. It
is amazing to see, and I don't know if it is just because a bunch of people are checking it out because it's on Game Pass, but how many people didn't know what they were supposed to do with that skull?
Oh, sure. Like, that's
like
totally
everyone's standing around it, and like I'm the only one who runs up and actually grabs it.
Yeah. And I mean, that stuff's understandable because I think one of the cool things about the Halo Infinite multiplayer beta is that there's a lot of people playing it that have never played a Halo game before, and I think that's super cool because it's not only accessible but really free. It's nice to see people being like, I've never played a Halo, and I'm like, I played 6 hours today. This thing's a blast. I was like, yeah, great, get in it. Like, try out a Halo, man. Maybe you'll love it.
Honestly, I like the fact that it's a different combat feel to everything else. It's always been the thing that everybody has always complained about with Halo is they always just want to point and gun, fire a couple of rounds, and drop you, which is the Call of Duty way. Battlefield is the same, but it takes a little bit longer to kill you in Battlefield, and then
COD's TTK is so quick, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's realistic, but it's ridiculous, like how quickly you can be put down. Whereas Halo, to me, has always felt like the more strategy-based game, where it's like, no, you need to get rid of shields and then kill somebody. And it's
the TTK is super long.
You put a full magazine into them, and then you run up and punch them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the Halo way. You know, a magazine and melee. That's the two things that the Halo doctors prescribe you every single time you load up. And it's interesting to see people who've never felt that before. And then it's interesting to see the people who've got it nailed down, where you'll walk around a corner, get punched in the face, and then magnumed in the face, and you are done. And it's just like, you've played Halo before.
Yeah, there's a lot of those killers out there where it's like, I didn't even see that dude, and it's like, I'll wait my 10 seconds. That's fair. Yeah.
Or my favorite thing is with people just still being willy-nilly with grenades.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I found the enemy team because they're throwing grenades down the corridor that nobody is in.
Yeah.
It's weird. The equipment, I don't know what I'm picking up. That's fine, whatever. The equipment.
Yeah, that's not my thing.
I've dropped equipment and then it's like, oh, I guess that was a portable wall. Whoops.
Oh,
that's not what I thought it was.
Whoops, here's a wall in front of me. All right.
Yeah.
I got an achievement for repulsoring a grenade back at an enemy and killing them.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Which I got by accidentally pressing the wrong button while I was still trying to remap my controls to something
What's
more
this thing
comfortable
do? Bump.
No, because I think the melee was originally on the right click, and I think the equipment was on the right bumper. And then I switched my controls around a little bit, so melee was right bumper and equipment was right click. And then because I'm still in the process of trying to teach myself my new layout for the 4th time in an hour,
right,
I clicked the right stick to melee somebody and then just bounced a grenade back and killed them. I was like, okay, whatever.
I'll take it.
I picked up the repulse attack and I used it somehow, and it works. That's fine. I played it last night with Rob, but we played a whole bunch of the little smaller games, like the variety playlists. So we did a couple of rounds of Odd Ball, CTF, a fair bit of Slayer, Control or whatever it's called, where like you have to control the majority of the points to score.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
It's an interesting one. What was weird was we didn't understand it as a group because the enemy team had 111 points and we had 0.
Okay. Yeah. That doesn't feel good.
But it was up to I think it was up to a 200 score cap. Then all of a sudden, all 4 of us figured it out at once, and then we won that round 200 to 150. It was like,
oh, jeez, wow. Man.
Like, how did we bring it back that far? I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I like the way it feels. I like the way it controls.
It feels real good.
I like the little step up
little
climb thing that he does now.
It feels
like,
real
that's
solid.
That's kind of cool. And Big Team Battle feels like Big Team Battle always has, which is chaos and anarchy.
Yeah.
Every single turn.
Look, I just found a warthog, and I've been blown up 6 times over.
Yeah.
Or you get the inverse of that, where like some dude ran up to me, took away my shield by hitting me with the warthog. He's on my team, by the way.
Of course.
Then stands there and beeps at me until I get the gunner in the gunner position of this warthog, which is on fire, by the way.
Right. Who just hit you.
And then I got like 8 kills.
Right.
I was like, okay, sure, whatever. There's so many new guns that I don't know what any of them are. I don't know what the weird sideways, the Dead Space gun where it does the horizontal and the vertical firing. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the plasma flamethrower grenade launcher thing is.
That thing's weird.
There's like a shotgun pistol that has blades on the end of it.
Yeah, that one's weird too.
The giant needle gun, which I got an achievement for shooting down a vehicle with, which is like, okay, sure, whatever.
Wow.
I harpooned a fool apparently, but it's Halo and it feels good.
I was going to come in here and my biggest complaint was going to be the thing that they've already fixed, which is why can't I progress my battle pass? And they're working on it already, which is great because at launch they did the wild thing of like, play these specific types of games 3 times, you'll get 100 points, and you need to get like 1,000 to go from 0 to 1. So it was like nearly impossible to do. Thankfully they fixed a lot of those. I think it's an interesting choice for them to not give you battle pass experience for completing a match. That feels like a very, very deliberate thing that I'm not sure I agree with, but
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either.
To me, I can understand it in 2 ways. One is the season lasts until May, so you got plenty of time to snail through it. And it sounds like they're still doing the thing they did with Master Chief Collection, where you can level up whatever season pass you want. So it's one of those things where it's like, I would like to even get like 50 XP for just finishing a match. Like, I will just crawl my way through that random playlist. That would be fine. But I guess if you can level it up all the time, thankfully the community has been very vocal about like, hey, this isn't fun to do. I wish you would change that, and they're working on that. So I don't.
They are being super clear about everything that they're listening to and fixing. Like,
we always talk
a lot about how like it's good to hear devs like the Destiny 2 devs took a long time to do it, but finally they are at the point where like Bungie are out and about talking about what changes are happening, why they're happening, what they're listening to from the community and stuff like that. Like they do the Destiny 2 patch note show like every week or every 2 weeks or whatever it is.
Oh, they're like this week at Bungie. Yeah, they had a patch note preview for the December 7th patch, 18 pages. It's just a preview, so it's like, yeah, they're. It's nice to see these developers. We talked about it last week with Playdate getting delayed because of the battery issues. And they sent out an email to all the purchasers about, like, here's all the steps we went through. Here's exactly the problems we found. Like, I don't think anyone was really ready to blame them. Just like no one's ready to blame 343, as long as you, like, are fair about treating other humans kindly, which you should think about doing, internet. But it's nice to see, 343, Bungie, Playdate, like, all these companies come out and be like, we hear you. Here are some of the reasons why we did it, so you can just kind of get a frame of reference for why this design decision was made. We're trying to implement this next step to kind of get closer to kind of a middle ground, and then we'll listen to your feedback after we put that in place. It's like, great. That's all you really need to do. It's nice to hear them not say no, where they're like, oh, baby can't win a round. Like, I feel like that would have happened like 10 years ago, where it's like, oh, all these scrubs can't get good. And it's like, all right, we hear you.
Yeah, dude.
You want to get the cool stuff. We get it.
Well, it was the old leader of the Gears team would have said that, whatever his name was.
Oh, God. I don't remember his name anymore.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't remember. But yes, it would have been a lot of like, oh, is baby playing their first Halo game? Ooh, boo, 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 boo. But thankfully it's like, not
it's
that.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're complaining about the shotguns being too powerful? Well, we just buffed them.
Right. Now they're stronger after you roll. It's like, you son of... What? But yeah, I
Cliff Blazinski. There we go.
There it is. Cliffy B. Yeah, I think the biggest positive and negative for me with Halo Infinite is that it feels like Halo. And if you're listening to the show and you like Halo, you've probably been playing it all week, which this is no news to you. But I have had a long-term love and hate relationship with Halo, and
yes,
when it clicks, I think it's really great. I won't be playing the single player. That ship has sailed for me like 4 or 5 titles ago. But I like the multiplayer enough to kind of hop into it every once in a while and kind of check it out and unlock some stuff. I wish... Only criticism I have about the cosmetic stuff is I wish there was one more option for like your default armor set other than everybody looks like Halo Man at the beginning. Like I wish there was like one more silhouette you could have or something, but it's such a minor complaint that in like 6 months' time, everyone's going to be, oh, I'm Naruto now, haha, whatever. Like I've got a ninja helmet, like it'll be nuts. So,
well, isn't the first season pass samurai themed as well? So it's
is
a whole bunch of samurai stuff.
Is it all the Hayabusa stuff?
Yeah, it's like the
I haven't
school,
even
like
looked.
Last Samurai looking with the domes with the big tails coming off the sides and the peaks.
That's fun.
It looks a little bit crazy. I do find it funny though. You're right. Everyone either looks like Halo Man or Optimus Prime right now with the free
red, white, and blue.
With the free like Halo Championship like armor set.
It's a cool color though. Like every time someone shows up with it, I'm like, that looks cool, man. I like it.
Yeah, I did see some people have already unlocked the ghost face, which is the long dome at the top with the skull scratched into it.
Which is
from Reach, which is hilarious.
What's his name? Eli? His real name was Eli or something like that?
I don't remember. I liked Reach.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure his code name was Ghost, I think.
Yeah.
But I could be mistaken that with the Ghost from Call of Duty, who also used the skull face thing.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know.
Right.
But no, I had fun. Like It felt like Halo, which to me is a good thing because it needs to feel like Halo. It needs to be its own thing. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Like, I will be playing the campaign because I'm a sucker for the lore of this universe. Speaking of extended universe novels that you really should read, folks, may I recommend the Halo extended universe novels?
Right. I've always heard those are good.
It is a meal.
Yes, they're really good.
Yeah.
But I've always loved like that story, like the story and everything behind it, and the fact that there's 2 Cortanas now. It's like I wish they would get rid of Cortana. I understand that they're not going to, but I do kind of wish that
they had this boat anchor dragging them down.
Because Halo 4 ended with the death of Cortana, and I was fine with that. And I haven't played 5, which I know is like the quest to go and get Cortana back again. Okay, sure.
The Fellowship of the Cortana.
Yes, essentially. But you know, it's one of those things where, like, Reddit West Dude, the game looks beautiful, by the way.
It looks really great, and I didn't know it supported Dolby Vision. Like, when I fired up, the Dolby Vision tag popped up, and it's like, boy, between this and Forza Horizon 5, like, my TV's getting a real good workout, and both of these games look really good. And it runs... I haven't had any frame rate hitches. I've had very little... I've probably played, like, 10 or 12 matches. I haven't had any lag. I haven't had any, like, weird connection issues. Even with multiple millions of people playing the game, like, as soon as it was available, everything worked fine. Like, an incredibly smooth launch.
It was Emil, by the way. Emil is the name of the scratchy skull face guy.
Yeah.
Have you played any BTB yet?
Me?
Yes.
I played it maybe like 2 matches. It's not usually my thing. It's fine. I like the smaller scale Halo stuff.
Okay, because my biggest thing with BTB is there's always something getting dropped from orbit, be it a vehicle, be it weapons that just get randomly deposited throughout the map or whatever. But every now and again, you'll get that colossal sonic boom noise as a ship jumps into atmosphere directly above where you are fighting.
Yep.
And then you look up and you see either a Covenant vessel or one of the human frigates just appear, and it's just like, every time it happens, I crap myself because I've got Dolby Atmos, and it's just like this huge crack of thunder, and it's like, what just happened? Did somebody just drop a bomb on me or not?
Right. Kill streak. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I also like that announcer is still there.
Yep.
Yes.
It sounds like the day one announcer.
Yep.
I don't know if it actually is or not, but
it's still that guy.
The same dude,
okay.
And he is so old.
Yeah, he just I think he's on Cameo, so a bunch of people a couple weeks ago did some videos with him.
Yeah, he's so charming. You should definitely check him out.
His stuff is
like,
good.
He seems like the sweetest old dude who's just sitting there.
Yeah, and then he's like, headshot.
To say, pentakill.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Man.
Well, no, I had fun. Like, I don't know how much I'm going to sink into it, especially with it being a beta. I don't even know when I'm going to find time to play the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems fine, and I'll happily like jump into that and spend some time doing that when I get the time and the desire to do so.
And like for anyone listening, check it out. It's free. Like you can get a lot of stuff. If you care about the battle pass, you can get a lot of stuff for free. If you want to buy the premium one, it seems like it's priced at around $10, kind of like normal, and it lasts until May. So there's plenty of stuff there. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. Nymph, take us away.
Awesome. Let me just have you guys clear your minds for a quick moment as I set the scene. All right, want you to put on your nice small walkers, bring you down this sidewalk of victory. They're old people.
Old people who walk around the mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they wear real nice, sensible shoes that are comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, I will bring you guys down my sidewalk of victory here, where I played Mortal Shell. I've beaten Mortal Shell.
Hey, nice.
That last boss. Time? No, this is the first time I've ever played it.
Okay.
But that last boss sucks.
I'm just gonna put Pliny. That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The boss itself isn't so bad. It's the situation that you get put into that sucks. But yeah, the third temple that I was in that was all onyx. That did turn into the library, like you were talking about, or the archive or whatever. Fought the boss there, did my whole fog run, and then got to the final boss, and I think that thing took me like 4 or 5 tries before I just finally managed to kill it. And even then, when I did kill it, I thought the attack that I did was not going to be enough to kill it, and then the movie started playing. I'm like, I could have sworn that guy still had like a quarter of health left.
Right.
So yeah, that was horrible. And the only thing that makes it kind of crappy too is it's not like Dark Souls where, hey, you're back at your bonfire and your Estus flasks are refilled. No, all your items are consumables. So if you run out of a healing item, you have to go grind. Yeah. You have to go grind currency or go find, mushrooms out in the wild so that you can rebuy them and then retry the boss again.
Right.
So, but yeah, it was a pretty fun game. I enjoyed it.
It comes out on Game Pass this week, right?
Yeah.
Next week?
I think, yeah, the special edition one does, yes.
Oh, okay.
Which I saw that too, and I was like, of course it's coming to Game Pass like a week or two after I bought it.
Thanks, guys.
But yeah, if you're interested, definitely check it out on Game Pass. It's a fun game. It's shorter, which is fine because that's exactly what I was looking for. I think I beat it in 13 hours altogether.
That's not bad.
I don't know if I'll ever replay it. I'm kind of cool with just going through and beating it. So,
dude, no shell run is where it's really at. If you were really a Soulsian like the rest of us,
that's right.
No shell run
real hardcore.
The hotness.
Yeah.
But you know full well that I'm not, and I don't care. So
that's right. I'm not hardcore. You know that.
I know. I'm just trying to poke the bear.
I just like showing people that yes, if I apply myself, I can do it. I just absolutely choose not to.
That sounds like hard work.
Yeah. When the going gets tough, quit.
Yeah.
Speaking of quitting and the going getting tough.
Oh no.
I played more Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
Because of course after I beat Mortal Shell, I was like, oh, I should get back into Dark Souls Remaster. I went against, so I was still in Orlando. The boss for that area is Smog and Ornstein. It's 2 bosses at the same time.
Ah, yes. From Software Classic.
Yes, you beat one of them. The other one gets super mad and absorbs the power of the opposite one that you just killed and gets stronger and a lot tougher. I decided to go for Ornstein, which is basically a skinny guy with a javelin. Smog is like this fat dude with a massive hammer. Ornstein is super fast, and I am using like my massive sword that swings really slow.
Okay.
It takes a little bit of compensating to get used to how Mortal Shell was playing and how Dark Souls is now playing.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So it took me 3 tries, and I did finally get it. But like the first time I walked through the fog, like Ornstein just straight off attacks you, and you either have to have your shield up or you have to dodge as soon as you clear the fog, or you're taking a hit like off the bat.
Jeez.
Then the fact that he is just on top of you the entire time while you're trying to fight the other one, and he's just too stupid fast. And if it's not the fact that he's too fast, he also has reach, and if that reach isn't enough, he also summons lightning to shoot at you. So,
he's got it all.
And then of course, so I managed to take out Smog. He gets mad, absorbs his abilities. He gets bigger. He starts having this jump in the air and smash the ground with his butt, which then shoots out electricity at the same time. Then he does like all this jumping around in the air anime crap. And yeah, the first time I went up against them, I didn't know how I was going to beat them. The second time, I still don't even think I landed a hit on him once I got him into the second phase. And then the third time, I was basically just kind of in the Matrix where I was right on top of him. He would swing. I would roll towards him, swing, roll back, and then just keep going back and forth, and finally just kind of nitpicked him down to 0.
Nice.
Yep.
And beat him.
You know what my least favorite thing about that fight is? In order to complete the game, you get boss-specific weapons by giving their souls in. With those two, depending on who you kill first, it depends on what soul you get at the end of the fight.
Bummer.
So you have to face them again in New Game Plus and kill them the reverse way.
I see.
So I got there. I met, I think her name was Guinevere, like this giant lady that's just randomly in this castle area.
I'm a giant lady. I live here.
Yeah. So met her, moved on. The next area I moved into was this little catacomb area, which was nothing but undead. My sword does holy damage, so I didn't have to worry about skeletons coming back to life after I killed them. So the way it works out is skeletons will start to pop up. You attack them. If you don't have a holy weapon, they will crumple, but then a couple seconds later, they will, come back to life, quote unquote, back to life, undead, whatever.
A real dry bones sort of situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way to stop that is you have to find the necromancer in the area and kill them. And then when you kill a skeleton, they will fully die.
Gotcha.
Luckily, the necromancers do not respawn after you've killed them. So if you've killed one and died, that necromancer in the area is just gone. It's a one-time spawn. Okay.
That's nice.
So it's not a constant middle finger to you in progress.
Right.
No, it's a half middle finger.
Yeah. And so you figure it out. I get all the way through the area. I meet another character who attempts to kill me, and I didn't realize it because basically you meet this character, you talk to him real quick, run to this area that you need to get to, and I got attacked by something else. So I turned around, went to attack it, and when I turned back around, I noticed, hey, the bridge isn't there anymore. So I run back up and talk to this guy, and this guy's like, oops, I accidentally hit this lever. Did it cause you any issues? And I'm like, yeah, the bridge isn't there anymore. He's like, oh, no harm, no foul. And he's still just standing there. I'm like, all right. So I hit the lever, and the bridge goes back. And then I just kind of bolt across because I don't know if this guy's going to redo it or not. So that kind of scared me a little bit. And I'm purposely not using his name because he's apparently a fan favorite throughout all the Souls games, and shows up in Bloodborne for like a brief period of time. So,
nice.
So I get past that. I get to the boss of the area, whose name is Pinwheel, and this boss looks really cool. It's this hooded figure that has 3 masks on it, and it looks like it has 3 faces at least. They all move independent of each other. He's got like this giant candelabra looking thing on his back. And you go and attack him, and he's like the easiest boss in this game for some reason.
Oh, weird.
It like always tickles me with those games, like, because you'll have like Unseen and Smog is arguably one of the hardest bosses in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm pretty sure right before and right after the 2 easiest, it's just like, why?
Yeah,
like,
right. I think I hit it like 4 times with my heavy attack. And I killed it, no problem. It didn't even get a chance to attack me.
Jeez.
So, of course, it pops up with the whole Souls thing of, you've vanquished whatever. And I'm waiting for, like, another boss to show up or something.
Like, I live again!
Yeah, I'm, like, standing there waiting for something to happen, and nothing happens. I'm like, all right, so I pick up. He dropped a Kindling Soul, I think it was. Basically, it makes it so that I can get more Estus Flasks out of a bonfire. So instead of 10, I can now have 20.
Nice.
Like, all right, cool. So continue on from there. I end up going back to the start, fighting Savage Demon or something. I forget what the heck its name is now. It's an underground demon. You have to fight it to get the doll so that now you can go into the paint world. So now I'm in the paint world, which isn't bad so far. I've already fought the zombie dragon that was in there, which I didn't know was there. And that's where I'm at right now in Dark Souls.
Nice.
I can't remember if the painting was originally DLC, I think.
Maybe.
I think there is also a point of no return in that painting too.
I think from what I was told, going into the painting is a point of no return. You can't go. Well, you can't go back until you beat the boss in the painting.
Yes.
So
it's
which I don't know where I was supposed to go at this point anyway, because I'm not really following a guide. I've still got some people who are just randomly telling me, "Hey, you should go check out this area." Okay, and then I find something, and I'm like, "Is this what you were talking about?" And they're like, "Yeah, now you need to figure out what to do with it." And I'm like, "Well, it's called a painted doll. There's a massive painting in the one area
Right.
that have painted guards. I'm gonna guess it has something to do with that."
Right. Oh,
So, yeah.
that obtuse Dark Souls.
But yeah, right. I'll figure out who I'm supposed to be fighting in there eventually.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And that's all I know about that area. Continuing down the sidewalk of victory, my son and I have beaten Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Nice.
Nice.
That story does not follow canon.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on. It doesn't follow canon?
No.
Like, I'm not surprised in the slightest, if I'm completely honest.
I kind of am, because I was setting myself up for it to be a real bummer of an ending.
So failure is what you were setting yourself up for.
Yeah, because that's what happens.
Right.
Honestly, though, that is the way for those kind of games. Like, it's always fun to play them, and I always hate the endings because they just usually don't matter.
Yeah, because I was expecting it just to link up with Breath of the Wild, no problem. It's like, no, there's like a bunch of random crap that happens, and unless you want to go down the whole road of, oh, this is, the lineage of when you get a game over from Ocarina of Time, and
the bad ending of this. Yeah,
exactly. If you didn't grab the Fox Mask and Majora's Mask, this is why Age of Calamity happens.
Right.
Yeah. Is this the Dark Ganon or the Hyper Dark Ganon or the Redeemed Dark Ganon?
But it was really fun. My son has gone through now, because since we've beaten the game, I told him, he's like, all right, you can have free reign with it. So he's just like blasting through it. He's unlocked the fairies. They are just as massive as they are in Breath of the Wild.
Nice.
You get, so you have to fight all, I think it's 4 of them throughout the map.
I think there's 4.
And then you can select them, and all 4 of them stay within the same flower. So if you don't remember from Breath of the Wild, the fairies pop out from a flower, and they're like massive creatures. They are still that massive in this game. So you're basically roaming around the land in this flower with this fairy sticking out of it, like this massive fairy, and she is just doing all kinds of hell on this battlefield. And I don't know why, but for some reason they start to switch, because there's 4 of them in there. So you'll start playing as one, and then it'll switch, and you're starting to play as another one. I think it has to do with combos and stuff like that, but I haven't actually played them.
Interesting.
So I don't know, but it looked and seemed really interesting.
Yeah.
My son has found out that in order for you to unlock Calamity Ganon as a playable character, you have to do everything in the game.
Oh boy!
So that is what he is working on now.
I was gonna say he has a checklist.
I was gonna say, and if you think Forza Horizon 5 has a lot of icons on its map,
God.
yeah. So he's in it for the long haul, which he's got, Thanksgiving vacation coming up, so he'll probably have it by like Tuesday.
Right, probably.
The beauty of being a child.
Seriously. And I think my last game this week that I didn't beat yet is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Hey!
A lot of places have their Thanksgiving sales going on, so I got this for like 30-something instead of 70-something. Yeah. And then I also realized that this game came out this year, not last year.
It did, yes.
So it's still a contender for top 10.
Yeah.
So now I have to hurry up and play this game.
Oh, no. Well, thankfully it's not that long.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Ratchet and Clank game. I don't care. I'll buzz through it anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am at the point now where I have finished the pirate planet where you meet Captain Quantum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Who... I'm also going to say, too, I didn't know that this was going to deal with different dimensions. Right. I thought it was just going to deal with, like wormholes within the same galaxy, dimension, universe, whatever.
Right.
No, every time you go through one of those portals, you're going to a different dimension, so everything is different. I was like, all right, that's cool. So now instead of there being a Captain Quark, there is a Captain Quantum.
He's not green anymore. He's red.
Yeah, he's an exact color swap of Quark.
And did you finish that level?
Yes.
Okay, I like minor spoilers here for anyone. I like that Captain Quantum turns out to be an actual hero who does legitimate, good, heroic deeds and does them successfully, which is like all of it is the polar opposite of Captain Quark.
Well, and I love it when Quantum is asking Ratchet, it's like, okay, so you're saying my double in your dimension is Quark. What's he like? And then Ratchet tries to be really nice about it and runs out of nice things to say.
Yeah, he's
real
just like,
fast.
He's real big.
But he's not trying to steal our heroics and
right.
But right now, so the game keeps switching back and forth between Rivet and Ratchet. Rivet is the female Lombax in this game. I have it. So after doing the pirate one, Rivet is going back to her home planet because Nefarious just started doing attacks on there.
Right.
And that'll lead to something maybe. But I did a lot of the arena stuff. I have done all the silver stuff. I'm trying to figure out what I have to do to unlock the gold arena stuff.
So that was pretty confusing. It will just happen at some point after you progress the story. Eventually it'll be like, the gold things are available now. It's like, okay, cool.
That's what I was starting to think, because, like I said, I did everything for bronze and silver, and it's like, oh, gold is still locked. I'm like, well, okay, I guess I'll continue playing and figure it out. So I still like the exploring. I still like the weird weapons that they have in this game.
Yep.
The fungi, the fact that I can turn people into plants, and they take damage for it. I still want a sheepinator in this game. I don't know if I'll get it, but I want it really bad because I've always loved those.
I think the topiary sprinkler is the closest it gets this time, which is a sprinkler that turns people into plants, which is really great.
Which that's great, but that also sucks because I really liked the sheepinator.
I like the combo of the fungus guy and the topiary sprinkler in this one.
That's what I've been doing too.
Yeah, it's real strong.
Well, and now, because I have so many weapons, I'll do the topiary, I'll do the fungi, which shoots out like this fungus thing that shoots and distracts enemies. I also have the Doom Glove, which shoots out a Doom Egg, which brings out the Doom bots that'll attack things.
Yep.
And and so I've got so many different grenades right now to just throw out to distract enemies, and that's before I get to like, the Negotiator and
shooting your actual weapons.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm just going through and leveling those up and having a fun time. I still like the fact that they kept the basically like the skill tree for the weapons.
Yep.
Which I've got those all set up. Most of everything I have is at level 5 right now.
Okay.
So, and I'm still missing 3 or 4 weapons now that I'll get throughout the game. Still looking forward to unlocking the unlimited power weapon thing that everyone keeps hinting at that has to be a rhino because
they do such a poor job of like, boy, this certainly seems like a piece of a very strong weapon. It's like, oh, okay. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down here.
And I like how every game has a different version of the rhino, and it seems to get more and more fantastical, shall I say?
And they always increment the number by 1, so it's like, well, last game was the Rhino 7. This one's the Rhino 8. The last one was crap. Look at this one.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how this one looks and what it does.
How it fires. Yeah,
because the last one, I think it was the last game, you don't have an aim function when you shoot the rhino. It just goes.
It just does its thing.
Yeah, and that's because it's spewing everything out in front of you in the screen. And what it's not just spewing out in front of it, it's locking onto stuff for you. So you literally just hold the trigger. It's like the gun from, what is it, Fifth Element.
Yes.
You don't have to aim. You just hold the trigger and it does its work.
Yep. That was a great one.
Yeah. So I'm still really loving the Ratchet and Clank series. I'm really glad I got a chance to pick it up, and I'm really glad that I get to put it on my top 10 list because it is going to be on there. I just don't know where yet.
And man, like the intro stuff they do where it's like, hey, SSDs are really great, where they're switching between like multiple environments every couple of seconds, just still blows me away.
That kind of caught me off guard a little bit, where they did, I don't remember if it was in the beginning or towards the middle, they do like a rapid thing. There's like 3 or 4 areas that you're going through.
Yep.
Got a little bit of vertigo going there because everything was happening so fast.
Yeah, there's one too where you're switching between dimensions while you're like grinding on one of those rails, and it's just like they do it rapid fire between like multiple different dimensions, and it's just like this is staggering. Like, it's not even like, if anyone hasn't played it, like especially in the intro, they're not switching between like, oh, this is the same place we were just in, now it's purple. It's like, no, I'm in a modern city, now I'm in a different planet with dinosaurs on it, now I'm in like a Blade Runner planet, like, they're switching between...
top of an ice mountain.
Yeah, like, they're switching between multiple completely different, like, texture packs. Like, it's wild stuff. It's, to me, like, Ratchet and Clank and Forza Horizon 5, like, those are the real showcases for me of, here's what an SSD can do. Like, Forza Horizon 5, like, I'm fast traveling like crazy because it takes 0 time to do. Like, yes, send me that car. I'll switch it. Doesn't take any time. Like, no big deal. Same with Ratchet and Clank. It's like, yeah, I'll go to another planet. There's no loading times. Who cares?
The only thing that I dislike about this game so far, and this is just personal preference, is I always enjoyed where you had the spaceship that you could actually fly and modify and fight in space.
I miss that a little bit.
And I think they've only done like 2 iterations of that in the entire series, and it makes me sad every time they come out with one. And it's just,
at least give me like
this is just your ship that gets you to point A to point B.
Yeah, at least give me like the gummy ship option, where it's like, yeah, if you want to fight with a ship, sure, why not? If you don't want to, yeah, that's fine.
But other than that, I still really love this game. I still really love leveling up the weapons and just seeing all the dumb crap that they start doing. So. But that's all I've been playing this week.
The only game I have on my list that we haven't talked about yet is Shin Megami Tensei 5. Finally sort of caught the bug this morning, and I played it for quite a bit. My kid woke up early, so why not fuse some demons, man? Why not? It's a great Sunday morning activity. Man, the frame rate in that is real bad. Ooh, gosh. It's especially coming off of something like Forza Horizon 5 that is just buttery smooth the whole time. SMT5 is really struggling to hit 30 in this game in a lot of instances. It's not the worst, because like you don't really need to really have Twitch reactions a lot of time. Anytime enemies in the world are coming at you, they're usually not moving that fast, so you can sort of get the jump on them anyway. I think I'm on like the 5th save point or so. I've taken out my first 2 abscesses. They're called abscesses, right? The big red things.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are pretty fun.
Don't shake your head like that, Moon. You would know.
Well, it's kind of an interesting thing, because usually you don't see faster paced stuff in a lot of these games, and so how they show it for people listening at home, it's this giant like red eyeball in the sky that has like these fluttery, almost like a ribbon tentacles coming off of it, and as you get close to it, there's a big purple fog on the map. When you go in there, essentially all the types of demons you've been fighting in the area go nuts, and they start rushing at you in waves. And when you kill one group of enemies, another one spawns and starts pushing at you too. So you're very much pushing against the tide of enemies. So if you're not leveled up enough, you're going to have a very bad time very quickly.
You're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah. So you push all the way up to the abscess, you hit it, or like me when I did the first one, I just walked into it like an idiot, which gives the enemy the advantage, which in an SMT game usually means you lose. Thankfully I didn't, and you fight a boss, like kind of a mini boss sort of thing. And when you beat that, it goes away. You can progress in the map, and like all the angry demons around you go away. So it's kind of this neat thing where you're progressing through an area and you're not fighting a big, super difficult boss, but you're fighting all these kind of mini bosses and pushing through the map, and it's helping me keep track of how strong I am in comparison to this, as opposed to, oh, I walked right up to the boss. Whoops, one shot of my entire party. Okay, let's level up a little bit. Like I feel like I'm keeping pace with the game a little bit, which is kind of nice. I finally had a really, really confusing time, and I'm still not entirely sure. I feel like I'm going to have to do some reading up on it. Like every time, the first couple of save points, every time you hit a save point, they're like, now you can do this new thing. Like the first one you run into, you talk to this skeleton guy wearing a crown, and that's the shop. And it's like, oh, okay, cool, I got that one. Next one you run into, now you can teleport between the save points. It's like, great, I don't like running around in an RPG, this is fantastic. Third one you get seemed an awful lot like Demon Fusion. And it's essentially like inheriting essences of demons. I was like, yeah, cool, this
with
is
your main character.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is confusing. Okay, cool. All right. I guess I sort of get it. And then like the next one you hit, they're like, now you can fuse demons. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, I thought I just no. This is proper demon fusion compendium stuff. Oh, okay. So like, I'm sort of now starting to get that, but they do have a really nice new way of fusing demons. Previously, how you'd have to do it is you needed to have however many demons you were going to fuse, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in your party, then go into the fusion thing, pick either your result or pick the X number of demons you want to fuse, and it would say, here it is, it turns into Neko Shogun. It's like, oh, cool. Now they have another option where you can... They've done this in the last couple SMT and Persona games, where you can pick either, I'm going to pick my demons in my party and make something, or I'm going to do what they call in this one a reverse fusion, where it's like, I'm going to pick the thing I want to fuse, and it will tell me the combinations I have in my party. And then they have a reverse compendium fusion this time, which is, I'm going to pick the thing I want to fuse, like the result I want, and it's going to pull from both my party and the compendium at the same time. That's a huge upgrade, because now you don't have to say, all right, I got to remember, I got to pick up the Nisi Matama, but not the other 4 different types of Matamas that are in the thing. And I can just, you would have to like bounce between 2 or 3 different menus. That singing, that Velvet Room song is screaming at you in the background. And it's just, this is much nicer where it's like, all right, I want to fuse a Matoi, because I don't have it yet. Here are the things I need. Here's how much money I need to pull it out of my compendium, or I can pull it out of the party I have. That's a huge, huge quality of life increase. I'm super happy with that. I don't think that was in Persona 5 Royal. I don't believe. So I might be wrong. But yeah, SMT 5 is really great. I'm always tickled by the lack of story in an SMT game, because you will run into a character out in the world, they will have maybe 2 sentences to say to you, you have a choice to make, and you will get maybe 1 sentence and then dumped back in the world. Like the game is not about story, it is all about business. Like you are here to get to your objective and fuse some demons. The most dialogue you get is when you're talking to a demon, and I really dig that. It's SMT5 so far is really great, and it is I'm playing it on normal, and it's the right kind of punishing I like for SMT, where it's like, if you're not paying attention and you let the enemy get the jump on you, or if you're not kind of managing your weaknesses appropriately, the enemies will use your systems against you to just beat you into submission in maybe 2 turns. So, like, my main character has like 70 health, and if you're not watching out, they will happily do 40 points of damage to you in 1 attack. So, like, they are... It's a game where you really need to take advantage of the advantages they give you. If not, you're going to have a bad time. And I like that. I like the SMT games. They're definitely not like your first RPG you should play. Like, this is...
No.
It's definitely recommended for someone who's more experienced RPGs. I'm sure the safety difficulty that you can download, which is really like a story-based difficulty, I'm sure that is more than easy, so you could probably go with that if you're really, really struggling, or if you just kind of want to see the cool stuff. But I'm in here to get my teeth kicked in. I'm not going to play on hard, because they're like, I'm swallowing my teeth after they've been kicked in.
I don't want to play masochist. I just want to feel like a touch of pain.
Yeah, hard is...
I don't want to be in a world of pain.
Yeah, the number of people that are saying that they're dying to the tutorial enemy fight is fairly high on hard. Yeah. So I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, SMT5 is great. I'm finally sort of getting... I feel like I have burnt off my RPG hangover after dungeon encounters, so now I can now I'm ready to get back into another one, another sort of punishing me focused JRPG. So far so good. Also really hoping this comes out to PS4 and Switch, or PC at some point, because I'd like to see this at a resolution and a frame rate that isn't what it currently is, because boy, the Switch is having a real hard... And I'm playing it docked, and it is really struggling. So, poor Switch. Switch is long in the tooth. It's trying. Yeah, it's really trying, man. All right, but that's all I've been playing this week. So let's take a break. Oh man. I'm going to shorten some of this stuff. We are running long.
What?
Oh, goodness. Let me see how long it's going to take for dinner to get here. I might have to order dinner now. My wife
17 million hours.
My wife is very sick today, so... Oh, yes, I need to order dinner now. Click. Okay. You guys ready to knock out the rest of this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Burn it to the ground. Let's go.
That's right, let's go. Apocalypse. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about releases for the week of... I forgot to put it in here, so it's November 22nd, 2021. Let's start out with Death's Door. Comes out PS4, PS5, and Switch. If you haven't played Death's Door, it's really good. It is a really... It's like, 10 hours long at the most for your first playthrough? Not even that. It's very good. I'm hoping it runs really well on the Switch, because I feel like that could be a pretty perfect place for a lot of people to check it out. But Death's Door is really cool. I really like that one a lot. And Oddworld Soulstorm comes out on Xbox One and the Xbox Series consoles. I probably own a copy of that, and I have not yet played. Oh no, it came out on PS Plus. Yeah. So I was like, gosh, I feel like I have a copy of that, but I could swear I haven't bought it. So I'm looking forward to checking that out eventually. I like the kind of classic Oddworld games, that side-scrolling puzzle, collect all the dudes sort of one. And this
make one mistake.
Yeah, make one mistake.
Someone the rest of your life.
Yeah, someone farts on a bomb, the usual stuff.
Uh-huh.
I like those a lot, and it seems like this one is pretty solid. I haven't gotten around to it yet. And surprisingly, that's all that's releasing this week. I was expecting another, like, here's 14, 15 games, but not this week, I guess.
No, that's probably
Thanksgiving
like the
week.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you gotta let John Madden have his spotlight.
Black Friday is coming up, so nothing's going to release the week before Black Friday.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let's talk about our news story this week. Paradox is still very happy with how the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 development is going, but they're not saying who the developer is, which
Lies.
is really interesting. I was sort of surprised about this, but I then read the statement that the head of the studio put out and said, quote, "New developer is doing quite well and we're happy with the progress on the project now." They then go on to say, like, it's going to be a while before we can talk about release dates, so we don't really want to put a lot of pressure on the development team. They say, quote, "So we prefer to give the studio a situation where they can focus fully on the game development and not having to address fans reaching out to them," end quote. That's a real smart. There's a real smart, like, anti-abuse thing.
Saying, this community is really toxic, and we don't want them to do anything stupid.
Yeah, for it's like witness protection. It's like, oh no, like, yeah, they just, they moved out of town. No big. Don't worry about it. We'll send your mail to them. Sure. That's.
I bet you it's the same studio, but they had a closure certificate and a fake opening certificate for the new studio were all produced, and they're now in a different state with different names and everything like that.
Everyone moved to the building across the street. Yeah. That's really interesting. I was pretty excited for this game when they showed it, because I as much of a classic as the first one is pretty aged at this point, as we found out in Game Club last year. And I thought I would really click with a brand new one, and I don't think we're going to see this one anytime soon. Probably, I'm betting not in 2022 at all, which is a real sobering thought.
We're gonna get it on March 12th, 2022, which is the other hell week. That's
right. That's right. Set aside your February, everyone. It's video games. Oh man. Yeah. Let's move on to questions here. Clarissa, our longtime fan, has sent another one. I excised a bunch of stuff from this email. I sincerely apologize, Clarissa. We are running, it's the end of the year, so we're running like super long. And some of it was of a personal nature that I wasn't entirely sure if she wanted to air on the show or if it was just for us. So I've sort of excised some of that stuff. Says, anyway, on to the obligatory discussion questions. What are your favorite moments playing with kids or life partners? What do you think have been some of the best games or gaming experiences to share with family? She also goes on to say that that she really enjoys hearing us talk about gaming with your kids. And it was interesting because I feel like that's always the question for people when you have a kid, where it's like, all right, you know, just had a newborn. When are you gonna have them play Super Mario Brothers? Like, where are you gonna start them? And I think people are always, that aren't like in our friend group, are always a little surprised, where it's like, oh, you let your kid play games? It's like, yeah, man, like it's a part of my life. Like, she wants to do the cool stuff that dad's doing. Like, why should I stop her from playing Astrobot, which is like one of the most almost nearly violent free games? Like, she plays a bunch of education stuff on her iPad. Like,
yeah,
why shouldn't she? Like, it's helping her read. Like, that's, you can't go wrong there. Yeah, like, so what have our favorite moments been playing with kids or life partners?
I'm gonna flip the script here and say Final Fantasy 9. Splinter Cell, original Xbox releases, and Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I played all of those with my dad.
Right.
Back when he got his, he would do the loop in and loop out of the video game cycle. So he'd spend 5 years not playing video games, then he'd loop back in and suddenly be into them for 5 years, and then loop out.
Right.
Yeah.
He'd catch up on all the good stuff.
Final Fantasy 9, I got up to level 99 in that game because while I was at school, he would just sit there and explore the world map and get into random encounters and just kill stuff.
Nice.
So legitimately, by the time you had to go find those temples on the different islands,
yep,
I was already at max level cap because he would just find random places to land and then fight random battles.
I think Final Fantasy 9 also had like a built-in 2-player mode where like one person would control 2 party members and the other one would control 2 other ones. I really wish...
It does, because my son and I just did it when he was playing it.
Yeah, I really wish more RPGs, especially JRPGs, would let you do that, especially like with stuff like the Tales games and like more action-oriented ones. I really wish you could play more couch co-op at the very least stuff. Because like you could spend with, it's your kid, your partner, your parent, whoever, you could spend potentially like 60 hours with someone playing like a cool story-based RPG. Like, I wish more games did that.
I thought you could do that with one of the Tales games.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know about all of them, but I could have sworn like Sophie or something like that. Maybe even Vesperia.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I would have to look.
Yeah, I'll have to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Splinter Cell games as well. We would have let's see who can make it through each level, because the OG Splinter Cells were not co-op or multiplayer.
Right.
And we would end up basically doing the entire mission, each mission one by one, to see who used the least amount of bullets.
Okay. Right. So you're doing your own like challenge mode?
Yeah, when you're playing a stealth game, that's kind of the best way to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it was this really cool competition of who could do what. And then obviously you Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I don't know how. I don't know why.
Okay.
But we got him the achievements for the legendary difficulty on every single campaign.
Whoa. That's intense.
Yeah. So that was someone who'd never used a 2-stick, twin-stick first-person shooter thing. From start to hardest achievement in both games.
Right.
Over the course of like 2.5 years.
Right. Man. I've talked a lot about lately with my kid and I, sort of her trying a bunch of stuff. I've been trying to have her play Tetris Effect lately, but there's no like no fail mode on that, so it's been a little bit frustrating for her to like learn the rules about Tetris. So I think we're a little bit early on that. But when you were talking about that reminded me of in college, we played a lot of like Tiger Woods and stuff like that. But I think one of the most fun, like one-off specific moment, is I think we had like a long weekend where we were all stuck in the dorm. Is probably during winter. And someone had bought a copy of Burnout Revenge, I think, or maybe Burnout 3 for, I think, the original Xbox. And we found, they had those individual levels where it's like you start here, here's an intersection with a bunch of tanker trucks, see how much money you can rack up in damages. And I think we sat there for like 2 straight days, just one-upping each other, where it's like, all right, this dude got like 100,000 more points than I did. All right, pass me the controller. I got to do this. And it's like, I found the real ticket where I got like 1 million more points. All right, now everyone, this is our new baseline. Now we're going to pass it to the controller. And I think we had like 4 or 5 of us in a friendly and then not so friendly competition in the dorm room of just like, all right, we're all going to go to dinner at the same time. No one's going to sit here and play by themselves. We're going to go in a pack and we're going to come back. And we're going to keep doing this for the rest of the night. And that's probably one of the more fun like controller passing times I've had.
So with my wife, her and I played Diablo 3 together.
Oh, nice.
Including the DLC. It is nice until you get to the areas that have spiders in them, because she hates spiders. So that would usually involve her yelling and screaming, putting the controller down, and walking out of the room, and then I'm dragging her character through the rest of the map with me until I clear it.
Those spiders are gross in that too, man.
Yeah. But with my kids, Minecraft. Well, my wife had started playing Lego, like the Lego games with them. I had introduced them to Minecraft, but my wife got really big with the Lego games with the kids. We owned all of them at one point, and I think I now own all of them digitally between the Xbox and the PlayStation, because they just keep giving them to you for free. So,
yeah. Or there's like, here's a pack with 6 of them and all the DLC for $10. It's like, well, yeah, all right, come on in.
My wife, though, went real hard with the Marvel superheroes one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure her and my son went through and did everything in that game.
Right.
To the point that she had me put their save on the cloud so that it wouldn't get lost or deleted or written over, because she had already had that happen halfway through, where one of the kids got bored, restarted their save, and then she gets into it to play, and she's like, "Where's all of our stuff?"
Right. Oh man. So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of fun on that part. I played Minecraft with them. I don't do it so much now, just because I was never big on Minecraft to begin with. It was just something for my kids to kind of mess around with, sandbox wise. My daughter still plays it quite a bit in survival or in creative mode, where she'll just go through. Like, she built a flat world Saturday, I think it was, and she was just riding a pig, and she had a carrot on a stick, and she was just letting it go.
Old time.
Yeah. I was in the kitchen getting stuff ready, and she was getting something for breakfast, and she's like, "My pig is still going right now, and I'm not there." Like, okay.
There's an engineer in all of us.
Yeah. But then we also moved up to No Man's Sky. We play that in creative mode as well.
My wife and I play that a lot too.
Yeah, and that's just a fun screw off game where we just keep going until we either collapse this planet or the systems can't handle it anymore.
Right.
My son now, since he's getting older, he's actually starting to play a lot of the games that I pick up. So like he was playing Dungeon Encounters, once he had seen me playing it. I still don't know how far he is in that. But yeah, and then he and I just beat Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity together.
Right.
Which now he's going all gung-ho on. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there to check out with your kids. So
yeah, I think what's nice is there are a lot of games now where either they have like a creative mode or they have some sort of kids mode, or you can kind of turn off the fail states. So it's a lot more fun for younger kids to play now, and maybe not necessarily win, but just kind of like fart around in the world without something walking up and killing them.
Peggle was another big one for a while there. The first one and the second one. Man, my kids thought I was a god with some of the trick shots I was pulling off in that game.
Let me teach you about math, kids. Yeah, it's nice to see, like, there's still stuff like my kid is getting better and better at playing Astrobot, because it's a good educational experience for me, being like, no, you need to stick with it. Like, I can't kill the electric guys every time you run up against them. Like, you got to figure it out. You got to keep trying. Like, you can't give up. And it's interesting seeing her kind of grasp already how to use 2 sticks and like manipulate the character and the camera. It's not great at it. I mean, she's 5. Also, the DualSense controller is big. So it's a little bit tough, but it'll be interesting to see what sort of stuff, just like how like iPads and phones and stuff are just a normal part of kids' lives nowadays. Like so are games. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of stuff she'll gravitate to as she maybe stays interested in it and maybe doesn't. Like if she doesn't want to play games, then whatever. I'm not going to be like, no, you leveled this battle pass to 100, little lady, or you'll get grounded once you unlock all the cosmetics.
Dude, that's what chores and pocket money is for. Your chore this week is to get Daddy's battle pass up to level 100.
That's right. I need 10 more levels in the battle pass this week, and then there's a crisp 5 with your name on it. Oh man, you like Naruto, sweetheart? It's like, what? It's like, okay, all right. First off, let's watch like 700 episodes of something. Yeah,
get that prep time on.
That's right. That's right. All right, we're running super long this week. I know we have a question from Feyre Reigns here from chat. I'll carry that over into next week's episode. Thank you, everybody who wrote in. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page, including the Discord server. If you're in Twitch chat and you want to just join the Discord server, do !Discord and it should give you a link there, as long as that thing still works. I'm not entirely sure. Fingers crossed. You can hang out with us there, chat with us about all the game. We have there we go, it works. Thank you, Nightbot. And if you want to hang out with us, very small but wonderful community. One might say the best community on the internet over there. Go check that out. Also, hop over to our Patreon, patreon.com/E1M1.
The ones are numbers.
We talked about all the cool stuff you can get at the beginning of the show. Anything that you can give us for your financial support, much appreciated. It pays for all of this stuff. The more people we can get for signing up for the show helps us start saving some of our ducats for hardware. Some new mics. I've got some new hardware picked out. Moon very badly needs a new computer. Talking about some technology that's getting long in the tooth. Poor Moon's computer over there is aging. You can check out where all your money goes. I'm transparent about where all that stuff goes on the Patreon page. Even if you're not a patron, you can see where all that stuff goes. If you can't support us financially, totally understand. The best way to support the show is by going and rating wherever you listen to it, especially telling 2 friends, have them tell 2 more. It's not a pyramid scheme. And definitely share stuff on social media and all that stuff. Word of mouth is a huge help for any podcast, whether it's ours or some other one that you listen to. None of the other ones are your favorites. I'm sure TVGP is the best. So tell your friends, and that is a huge help. That's all we have for this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
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 I'm not going to lie, Boston, when you said rating really helps, I had rating because I have played too much Destiny 2, apparently.
Well, I mean, if someone out there
heard rating as well, but
if someone out there wants to raid our Twitch streams, that always helps a ton. You can do that too. Thanks. All right, Nimp. What are your titles?
Man, do I have a list this
Okay,
week.
good, because I have one.
Oh, no.
And none of them are bannable.
Hey!
As far as I know, anyway.
All right.
Well, we'll see.
Let's discover together.
No, hey, look. As bad as I am, I know where the line is. I just really love crossing it multiple times. All right, I have Train Drives on Dirt, Nesdany Moon, I Need You in My Life, the old TVGP special, Your Energy Refilled, Captain, Sign Up to Delete It, A Lot of Smack This.
I feel like that one gets a veto because that's questionable.
Also, don't remember how to spell Smacktus.
I think it's just MS or SMACKTUS, isn't it? Or OS?
Yeah.
SMACTUS, I think. I'd have to look it up. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if that's one of my winners.
18 pages. It's just a preview. Everyone looks like Halo Man. And Fellowship of the Cortana.
Write down everyone looks like Halo Man. And can't believe I said Fellowship of the Cortana. It's a real dumb joke. All right, Moon, what do you have?
The old TVGP special, The Spectre of Game of the Year. Probably a little bit too long. Your cat inventory. The Yeet point.
What?
Magazines and Melee.
When did we say the Yeet point?
I think
it was
Forza.
talking about the Forza trying to find out where the right place to launch from is to get to the questionable.
Did I say
boards.
that and immediately forget about it?
I'm pretty sure you did.
Cool. Okay,
I can't even remember.
I think Boston did.
I'm gonna write that down. That
you
sounds
were
like something I would say.
You were trying to explain about using the rewind and all that stuff to find your proper Yeet point or something.
So stupidly scientific. Anyway.
Magazines and Melee. Everyone looks like Halo Man. And a crisp 5 with your name on it.
Forgot about magazines and Melee. I have Mestiny Moo, the old TVGP special. Everyone looks like Halo Man, Fellowship of the Cortana, your cat inventory, the Yeet point, and magazines and Melee.
I think we all agree it's the Yeet point, isn't it?
Only because it makes him giggle so much.
It's so stupid.
Every time it's said, he says it.
So
like every time it's said, he giggles. So
I do like the old TVGP special in Fellowship of the Cortana.
Me too.
I guess Yeet point is. Let me Google this. Yeet point. I want to make sure this isn't some. There's some online. Well, the High Point Yeet cannon is a physical gun. $250 online.
What?
Okay.
That's fine.
High Point's like an Ohio company too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
they're
fine.
A U.S. firearms company.
We can still keep it. All right, sounds like that's the circle one. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
So stupid.
Yeah, I guess I'm good.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 735 for November 22nd, 2021. The Yeet point.
Yeet squared equals A squared plus B squared.
Pretty sure this was in an AP calculus class somewhere.
Moon, I swear to God. That was really good. Where do you come up with this? That was really good.
Nothing wrong with some good Pythagoras.
You should have. You should have came up with like a saying from Pythagoras, like "My dear Aunt Sally" or something.
That's right. My dear Aunt Yeetus.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking
like
of doing
the
C squared. I was thinking C squared equals A squared plus Yeet squared, but then I realized C is the biggest angle, so therefore that needs to be the Yeet.
That's the Yeetus deletus.
All
right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching and hanging out with us live. We appreciate it. Hope we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.
Just gonna keep riding this Yeet train.